So last time we talked about if the enterprise data warehouse is finally dead with the propagation of data mesh. And today we want to step into the role of data mesh. So that is the topic of today. So over the last 18 months, roundabout, data mesh has rapidly emerged as a new approach to producing business-ready data. But what is it in general, and what's the role of data management and analytics to enable data-driven enterprise? That's the big topic what we want to discuss for today. And Mike, my first question to you is, in general, a lot of people are discussing things around about data mesh, but what is data mesh in general, and what problem is it trying to address? Can you tell us?
Sure. So data mesh is really a decentralized approach to data engineering in order to produce high quality, reusable and compliant data products, which are kind of like data sets to be able to be used for multiple analytical workloads. So the idea is that we get more people involved in data engineering around the enterprise. But the reason it's come about, I think, is that historically we've had IT do everything on behalf of the business, and now what we're talking about is can we empower more people around the organization to engineer data, to speed up our ability to create business-ready data that is fit for purpose, and we can immediately start using it in analytical workloads. But we've been here before. Back in 2013, 2014, we saw the emergence of self-service data prep. And that was very chaotic. I think everybody kind of grabbed tools and started building, and we kind of lost control of the situation. I think this time is different. You know, we're trying to coordinate development, but having multiple data engineers do this across the enterprise. And I think the reason it's emerged and the problem it's trying to solve is as we get more and more data, we've gone way beyond data warehousing. Now we have multiple analytical systems, for example, cloud storage with data science tools to be able to build machine learning models. We've got graph databases supporting a specific area of analytics, such as fraud or cybercrime. We have traditional data warehouses, and we've also got streaming data analytics, such as IoT data, perhaps for manufacturing, or live clickstream data to monitor what people are doing on your website while they're on the website. So we've ended up with multiple silos, different analytical systems in addition to the data warehouse. And people are engineering data for each of those central systems. The problem is that we're often re-engineering the same data again and again for different systems. Also, people in these different systems are using different tools, and we can't see who's building what. And so the problem is we're repeatedly often engineering the same data, we're reinventing, we're not reusing, and the cost of engineering is too high, as well as the fact that we have a bottleneck. So for me, data mesh is trying to address all of that to get more people building these pipelines using modern techniques like data ops, breaking the problem down, creating reusable data products that we can then share and build once and share across multiple analytical workloads. So hopefully that will save us a significant amount of time and reduce the cost and therefore shorten the time to value.
Okay, sounds great. So you have mentioned a very interesting topic, data products. So that's something what I assume that is data now managed as a product, or what does it mean? Can you tell us something about
Uh,
that?
of course. Well, in simple terms, data products are reusable data sets that can be consumed by different analytical systems in support of different analytical workloads. And so the idea is you build them once and you reuse them everywhere. If you look at the formal definition in the data mesh papers written by Zhelmak Dehghani, she talks about additional capabilities of data products, that they are discoverable and addressable and trustworthy and self-describing, interoperable and secure. So in that sense, there's more to it than just the data. It involves the pipeline that creates it, the metadata associated with it, the execution engine and the configuration for that to run the pipeline, and of course the data product itself and an API or an interface to get at that data. So that kind of then would address, if you like, the data product, the idea of reusable data products. I think of them as either physical data products. They could be also virtual data products, where the data is not persisted, but it looks like it is, and even potentially stored SQL queries or pipelines that you can invoke as a service, which when they execute will immediately produce the data product on demand. So I distinguish that from analytical products, which I think analytical products are things like reports and machine learning models and that kind of thing, which are built using the data from data products. But I think data products are reusable physical or virtual data sets that are used for multiple analytical workloads.
Okay, so managing data as product sounds like that there is a higher level on a service level agreement in terms of quality and many availability of that data. And I think that could impact a little bit how companies can build their analytical systems. So does data mesh impact the way how companies are building their analytical systems?
Absolutely, yes. Because data products need to be published somewhere. And I think we're seeing the emergence of things like a data marketplace as a kind of place where you can publish these data products. Then I think when we're building analytical systems, we should be looking at what data products are already built and available so we can start to consume them and use them to build analytical systems more rapidly. So for me, we're changing. We're going from let's build everything from scratch to let's assemble these ready-made analytical products. And so kind of getting into a more industrial development of this. It's like we've got these ready-made components that we can assemble quickly into a new analytical system, whether it's for graph database or data warehouse or data mart or for features for data science. I think all of them can be created using data products.
Okay, so what do you think? What are the key factors to enable a successful implementation of a data mesh?
That's a great question. I mean, for me, there's a number of key factors. I think there's first key factor is nothing to do with technology. It's to do with organization. How do you organize this? Who's building what data products for what purpose? I think this is where you need a program office, a centralized program office, to coordinate all of the other projects going on around the enterprise, so that you can then see, okay, this is what we're trying to achieve as a business. We can say who's building what data products that we need to do that, and then coordinate that activity So I think organizationally, very important to create a program office. I think also data fabric software to be able to connect to all the different data sources and to allow collaborative development to building these data products is important. I think there's also some key areas of technology that are needed. I mean, I think data catalog is very important to understand the data that's out there. I think also master data management is important because some of the data products we build will be master data products like customer data or suppliers data or employees data, for example. I also think a data marketplace is very important to be able to publish the existence of data products so people can easily find what's already made, what's already available, so they don't reinvent it, and who owns it, and how was it built, and you know. So I think these areas in particular are very important. You know, that also common data names in a business glossary for your data products, so that you have you're sharing data with common data names that everyone understands. You have the tools to quickly understand what raw data you have to build it, and the data marketplace to publish the data products that you have created. And of course, I think there should be governance around the data sharing of data products to make sure that we track and monitor who's using these data products around the enterprise and for what purpose.
Okay, so there are also already a lot of suggestions and hints over there, but at the end of our episodes, you know, I'm always asking for hints and tips. So are there some resources where I can do a deep dive in that sections? What are possible steps to follow that approach?
Yes, well, of course, I have a education class on this, 2 days on practical guidelines for implementing a data mesh, which goes into all of this to help you try to be as successful as possible with your data mesh implementation. And of course, some of the things that I've mentioned here today, I can provide links to that. Also, of course, if you want to go and look for Zhamak Dehghani's book on implementing data mesh as well, that's available, I think, from O'Reilly Publishing, as well as I think there's a data mesh meetup group out there, a community, if you like, where people are discussing these implementations.
Yeah, that sounds great. So please provide us the links and we will post that together with that video. So again, Mike, very interesting topics what we have discussed so far. So thank you very much for today. And I'm looking forward to our next topic. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.